does this, I don't think Greeky will have a safe age one, because normally we expect that Celts have the best age one if you're going to be aggressive. But in this time, considering the potential for Egypt to being aggressive in age one, I'm interested to see this match. This is the match I was expecting to see.
Yes, that's the one you mentioned earlier in the day. That was gonna be super exciting to watch, and yeah, this is it. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Recon getting that small advantage early game, gathering from these trees, with the fact that the Priestess of Ra empowers all drop-offs to the town center. So you see they're gathering 11 wood instead of the 10 that Greeky gets to gather. Despite that, though, Greeky putting down his barracks slightly faster, getting on his back hunt as well. Really, really nice hunt. Super exposed hunt here for Recon, despite having question mark. No hunt in the back. Yeah. I think both players want a re on the hunts. So let's. Yep, I was gonna suggest a re as well. Doesn't look like Recon has a back hunt, and instead has two very, very exposed hunts. So I'm all for reing on that. So Recon is, what did I make? Yeah, Recon is red. Greeky is
And I was about to talk about Recon's base and how that line of trees in the left side of the map would favors him to go into a more macro approach, because that side with that line of trees, he would be defended. And
we could just blame Recon
after,
yeah.
Yeah, after this restart.
All right, starting this again. Same opening for both players. Much better hunt here for Recon. Front hunt for Greeky. Probably something back here. Yep, got a hunt back there, so looks good for both players. Excellent. Okay. Man, this is gonna be tough. I wanted to go for Greeky early on, but Celt makes me worried. Not that Celts aren't a great civ. I think it's been proven that Celts are a great civ, but Celts are just so much different from Persia and Greek, which Greeky usually plays. The way that they age up, if you don't already know, you need to get 300 food, but also 3 houses, which does play really, really well to this opening, to this style of play by the Celts usually. But I'm just worried at how Greeky is gonna be in his mind, like how he's gonna play against this sort of his normal style.
Yeah, this is not the situation where players can choose the map. You just know the map you're going to play, so you need to be ready. This is
really nice
something
hunt
that you have to have in mind before the game starts. So I think that he have a plan. he knows the map. He chose this civilization, so he have a plan. Maybe because he didn't know which civilization Recon would choose, but this, of course, creates some effect in his plans. But he have to make a plan for this map.
Yeah, one of the interesting things, like obviously Recon's been burned before by this aggression, so great scouting here, but oh, nice trying to pick it up, but this is a lot of spearmen to be making as Egypt, and even bringing up his Priestess of Ra to heal. That's big. So he's going on the aggressive. He's going on the offensive here. This is 7 spearmen to the 5. Egyptian spearmen are really bad though. 10 to the 12. I think he needs to pick off this Priestess of Ra here.
I agree. He should just focus his priest.
But he is microing extremely well, picking off individual spearmen, and he can chase this spearman all the way back since he only has 6 speed there. And he can pick off another. This is huge. Recon needs to fall back right now. Possibly get H2. Go get some Axemen. Get some Axemen champion. Oh, he's going to lose his scout to buy himself some time.
Oh man, this is bad. I don't like when anyone when someone loses the scout.
And Greeky actually, take back the things I was saying earlier. Apparently, he seems to be using these now 10 spearmen extremely effectively. Going to be getting on this hunt. Doesn't have much left on this hunt. Half of maybe 1 total hunt camel in total, but still good pressure, knocking him off the resources. Wow, Recon insisting on bringing his Priestess of Ra with him. So aside from just the additional drop-off, villagers now train in 18 seconds versus the standard villager training time of 15 seconds. So with the Priestess of Ra, though, they train in 16, I believe. So
16 seconds.
This is a lot of like lost time for Recon. So let's see, 19 villagers to the 20. Is he going to H2? Not yet. Gathering stone, which is good. Greeky is gathering stone, is going to the second age. Has 5 houses out already. Running across the map. This is really good play by Greeky. I would like to see him stop making spearmen. Like with this sizable amount of spearmen right here, yeah, perfect. Transitioning into log swordsman. You need to be able to have something to tank all of this. And 16 spearmen is just not what you want against Celts. There's nothing that they are effective against in H2, since Celts don't have any H2 infantry or H2 cavalry, and he continues to make them. So I don't want him to cancel some of these and get ready to make some Axemen. But he is pushing him back because he has made so many. You normally don't see this many spearmen for Egypt in Age 1.
Yeah, there's too many here, and more coming.
And yeah, as the long swordsman count begins to grow, he is bringing his Priestess of Ra, which is doing great work. Like, Priestess of Ra is a great healing unit. It does area of effect heal, I believe, so it is good stuff. But yeah, long swordsmen here are just going to clean this all out. And he needs to begin to run back, gather his axemen, and see the back of the base of both players. Sorry.
No, I think I understand what Recon is doing. I don't know, but he knew that if he didn't make these units, Greeky, considering the map control he already have, he would have a huge army in Age 2, and Recon would be behind. So I think that he made all those spearmen in an attempt to reduce Greek's army, because it's obvious that he couldn't compete with Celt's spearmen. So why do this? So
Yeah,
I think that's the reason.
I I understand, like, you know, against somebody like Erie and the way Greeky is playing, you of course want to have an equal amount of spearmen, but he had so many spearmen where if he had just paused it for a second, he could have easily got up to the second age. And Egypt, as you know, like, because it's a building, you can put multiple units on here, get up to the second age faster, and then start beginning to pump out axemen super quickly. Um, so I like this base from Recon though. I'll say that, like, protects a really nice wood line. That's how I usually like to build my base. Greeky as well has a second town center. Let's get a villager count 35 to the 32 of Recon. And again, like, that's just because neither player has dropped villagers, but when you're training them at 18 seconds, the gap between the two villagers is going to be ever increasing. But good pickups by Greeky here. He now sees that there's 14 axemen on the field. So long swordsmen should be really, really effective against them up until age 3, when Recon hopefully begins to go to champion axemen.
And now something interesting is that the dynamics changes, because now Recon have access to axemen, and they train in 9 seconds. But long swords takes 13 seconds to train. So now Recon can have a huge army.
Yes.
And Greeky needs to hold here against these units.
I like this from Recon, right? Like, he's pushing Greeky back, and he almost like seems like he has a bigger army than he does. But it's not going to compete against all these long swordsmen.
Nice raiding here for Greeky in the back of Recon's base.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you should go to H2 fast, but you should maybe get like 5, 6 spearmen before transitioning to H2. Like, don't sacrifice your economy for axemen, but you shouldn't be making 16 spearmen.
I could say that too. I agree.
This is good. Like, Greeky's units are all bunched up, and if you can just pick off these mini armies of Recon, means he maintains his longswordsman count. Let's see, 38 axemen to the 36, roughly 40 longswordsmen, and now 2 druids in the mix. This is going to be a fair fight, except for the fact that axemen are significantly worse. 8 and times 3 versus 13 and times 2.5 and higher health. Here we go, Recon putting on the pressure despite seemingly having a weaker army.
Oh, but this is bad position for Recon here.
No, that's good. He's playing it well. This is the stage of the game that I love the most, where both players can't afford to lose their army, so they're jockeying for position back and forth. Like, if either player loses their army right now, like, it's hard for them to get, 60 longswordsmen up or 60 axemen up in time. I like this. Both of them realizing that they need some edge on their opponent, so Recon is getting his army upgrade for both melee and pierce armor, and Greeky is getting his army upgrade for attack. And they're waiting for that to engage. Oh, Greeky has just gone in, and Recon just hasn't waited enough time to get this fight. They're all spreading out, and I think...
Oh man, longswords are just...
Oh, longswordsmen are just so good. And these druids here, they give the buff, right? Like, The buff is a 20% increase in attack power, and yeah, it's hard for Recon to really do something against that. And he was going to H3. He took the fight on the way to H3. And now he's sitting in the middle of the base, doing a ton of damage. He could have theoretically stopped the H3, but is not going to. Oh, now he's just running amok all around Recon's base. Recon's doing a good job of like gathering up some units here. Something that a lot of new players don't do is realize that you can't fight, 20 axemen versus 50 longswordsmen. So just going back and forth in your base, making sure you're not taking the full fight against the entirety of your opponent's army, but looks like Greeky's going to clean this up. Really well done. He played seemingly passively for so long.
GG.
Wow. Great game. He seemed seemingly passively for so long, but Recon didn't play. He said he played so bad. Not true. Not true. Not true. Map. It's laggy. Oh, my PC. Okay, let's look at the post-game stats. Current villager population. Yeah, Greeky did an excellent job making more villagers. Tax, yeah, I think it was like in the middle of in the middle here. As soon as Greeky got his age 2 attack. Okay, let's switch here. The ace got scammed. You gotta believe in the underdog. That's just the that's just the nature of these matches today. Stonks. Alright, Recon's going to restart his game. See if that helps. Pulling ahead. You think Greeky's going to 2-0 it?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
No. I'm not gonna say I wasn't expecting Greeky to take one game, but the way he took this game got me on surprise. I wasn't expecting such a one-sided match, because for me this was really one-sided. Greeky never lost the lead in the game. He was ahead, and he took good fights, good positioning.
Yep.
But I don't think Recon is gonna lose 2-0. I think that maybe Greeky can win 2-1, but 2-0, I don't see that coming. But I don't know. This is just speculation from my part. But we
Yeah.
know Recon.
Sorry, repeat.
We know Recon, and this is not what we expect because we know how good he is.
Yes,
So
agreed.
map, next civilization, that changes everything. Now Greeky don't need to, can't pick Celts again. Not even if he loses the next match. If I'm not, if I recall the rules. So next match, I think is going to be really decisive. Really decisive.
Yeah, like, but one thing I will mention is that this is something everybody's ban ace coming from the ace. I will say that Greeky played or seemingly had a great idea to not go Greek or Persia, which is usually his preferred civ, and instead choosing to go with Greeks, so with the Celts. So like, theoretically, if he lost that first map, he could have just switched to something else that he liked or preferred better. But now he's one game up and he has both of his really good civs that he can choose from. So I'm expecting good things. Like this seemingly has changed significantly in Greeky's favor.
Yes, because I was thinking here, which civilization Recon would pick right now?
All right,
And
map.
Okay, he's alright.
Justice for ace. That's right.
And I think that
it's gonna be tough. Let's see what Jesus' ace. Recon has to decide the next map since he was the loser. Yeah, he lost the first map. Arabia, that's huge.
Okay.
Oh man, okay.
I think that my party is bugged because I still see. Oh, okay. I just want to say, I just see Greek is still with Celts.
Yeah, no, he left. They left the party. So do you see that now?
See.
Perfect. Man,
So
this is gonna
yeah. Now, if Recon is going to pick Norse, this is what was in my head here. If he's going to pick Norse or Celts. Okay, Babylonians.
So we're gonna have an Arabia game, Babylonians versus Persians. That is going to be really good. We're gonna be in for a long game, but it's gonna be worth it. This might be the first Age 4 game we get to see. Okay, ready? Let's get this started. Okay. Throw up the predictions in the chat. We have Persia for Greeky, which makes sense, versus Babylon for Recon, which makes sense as well, both on Arabia. So, for those who don't know, this is one of the largest maps in the game. Oh, Greeky's got a really defensive ridge here, which, in my opinion, is really good. And he's getting up a... Oh, this is a shame. This is a doggone shame. Come on, Greeky. This is an excellent opportunity for a double storehouse on your wood, on your berries and your stone. Oh!
I agree. A good opportunity there.
Recon using the health on his scout to get a elephant. that is going to help him greatly in the early game if he decides to do anything with it in terms of rating. But let's look at the ridges of both players here. You get this one big opening here for Greeky. These trees in the middle are sort of annoying for a market line. Here, yeah, it's kind of annoying as well. And a decent area to wall off. So only 2 entrances here versus the 3 for Recon. One on the side of his base, one in the middle. Oh, 4. Let's go. So Recon's gonna have to wall up a lot more. Honestly,
yeah, way more to worry about, especially these edges of his base.
This is this is a bannable offense. Agreed, 100%. Top level play and doesn't make a double storehouse. What does he think this is, Arabia? Okay. We expect a fairly relaxing game.
Yeah, I agree. At least until age 3. Oh, at least until age 2.
Yep.
Not protection here.
Recon going to age 2 already. Gathering some stone. Both players gathering some stone. Just what the hell, Greeky? Oh my God, this storehouse placement. This hurts my soul, guys. As Steve would say, flush and 1 unit back. For everything except for berries, flush and 1 unit back. You didn't get hunting dogs. Yeah, good. Good. Let's see. Nothing crazy happening right here. I like this from Recon. If he's not using his scout, he can at least make sure that, at least with the 100 health he does have on his scout, he can see if there's any aggression coming through the 1 choke point that Greeky has. Greeky continuing to scout the map. Greeky just age 3 and at the same time, just age 2, and this is perfect timing. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and he's putting down his second town center, and Recon's going to be able to see this. So really, really nicely done by Greeky. Perfect opening there. Recon not far behind, just gets 300, and Greeky, both of them using their scouts super, super well.
From the winner perspective here, considering that this was a pick for Recon and not Greeky, this base for Greeky is excellent because there is literally a choke point here too narrow for him to protect, so he doesn't need to spend too many resources to defend this position. And in the other side, we have Recon's base, and that location for his second town center. In the right side, there is a spot that Greeky can bring some Azabaras here to raid. So it's really exposed base.
But I will say this: there's a double-edged sword of having only a single opening, right? Like, effectively, if Recon is able to take map control with Lancers early on in the game and just places his units right here, Greeky only has 1 gold deposit, right? So it's good on one front, where if you do get out ahead and you're able to wall this off and make a nice market line, yeah, you only have to defend 2 places. But if Recon doesn't allow Greeky to do that, then it could quickly turn the opposite way. Hold on a second. Did we just get a donation? I see a $5 donation. Don't know who that's from. Or maybe something changed. Whoever did, thank you very much. I'll comment soon. Here we go. Recon, Lancer production, versus Asabar production. Both these players mirroring each other's play really, really well. Greeky's going to be housed very shortly if he doesn't make some houses, and good, making some houses. Gardens are going to be helping a lot with the economy, so I makes sense why Recon chose this base, this civ for this particular map. But Greeky knows this, right?
He needs to expect this kind of thing.
Yeah, like what else? What else would Recon be doing with Babylon on Arabia?
Yeah, I like his decision, Greek's decision to make a barracks and not a second stable, because again, his base favors a really effective defense, at least in this area where he placed his second town center. So with a few spearmen in age 2, he can defend pretty well this gold mine, while he have some Azabaras raiding in the other side of the map. But Recon have 2 stables.
Yeah. Well, actually, the chat's making a good point. Pharaoh's saying Lancer's not as good as we thought as they were, though, which is true, right? We were talking earlier in the game about the fact that their bonus versus infantry damage when they get that charge upgrade isn't as high as it was before, and that is going to make a big difference. Sorry, just their bonus that they get from the charge isn't as high as it was before.
That location I was talking earlier, I don't understand. Recon placed one house outside of the wall. He just needed to wall this location, but he placed the house outside of the wall. So I'm expecting Greeky to destroy that house. Just this moment.
I like the play here, right, where you're saying there's probably a timing push with some spearmen. I would actually argue differently. I'd probably say that he's using these spearmen just to stay in his base and make sure that these lancers can't do anything. And he's probably, I'd take that back. It is probably going to be a timing push. 87 population, 45 villagers to the 47 of Recon. Recon not making any more units, and maybe you're right, Yuri. It could be deadly.
And one thing to notice is that Greeky doesn't know that Recon have a second stable. Maybe he can guess that from the number of lancers, but this is, of course, I'm talking about this because this is in his favor, because with this push, Azabara and Spearman, Recon doesn't have a good response for that.
No, he doesn't. And what he might have been thinking initially was, if his opponent goes all Asabara, Lancers aren't necessarily going to be as effective against them. And so he's thinking mounted archers are the way to go. And actually, you're right. Greeky is going to make the same path. So well done by Recon to wall that off. But Recon doesn't have the same production that Greeky does. Greeky's producing out of three production facilities right now, 2 stables and 1 barracks. So, okay, great scouting here with the Lancer. Sees all of this, should be more weary. Finally getting down a 3rd stables. Not sure. Yeah. Over here, getting down a 4th. Mounted archer production is what's in queue right now, but I'm assuming he wants to switch very quickly to some more Lancers. Greeky, first person to get up a market, walling off these 2 very nice choke points in his base. Recon unable to do that, getting on farms already, versus Greeky, who's taken berries across the map, berries here, and getting ready to push in. This is a really nice timing push. 10 minutes on the dot. Good kiting by the mounted archers.
Enrico is focusing fire the Azabaras. This is an excellent decision here. He just can kite
Yes.
And focus on these Azabaras, excellent.
That's something that that range units afford you. You're able to just do a lot of chip damage here, which is good. I will say though that 16, this army should be able to, if they push into the base of Recon appropriately, should be able to take on the composition here. And it's not like Recon's using any of the Age 3 armories or anything like that. So this is, I think, Greeky playing one of those overly defensive builds, but we'll see. He is able to really effectively wall off his own base, so that shouldn't be a problem for him. Going to Age 3, I guess he's buying himself some time. Might have realized that Recon's in Age 3, so you need to make something happen there. Double market production. Market coming up here. Oh, I love this from Greeky. Seemingly running back with these units, quote unquote, but really now he just has...
he needs more gates and walls.
These are tough. It's going to be tough for Recon to get into, as long as he uses these spearmen effectively. And now in the base of Recon, coming in with all of these Asabara, who will just slaughter the mounted archers. Asabara are slightly anti-ranged, and here they go. They need to do some economic damage before Recon can do the same, and these immobile units from Greeky are going to be great for defense. Oh, lovely by Greeky. Trying to find some exposed villagers, getting a whole bunch of them. Recon trying to do the same, but doesn't find anything initially, and this choke is going to be really excellent. Oh, in and out, kills a bunch of villagers. Let's get a villager count. 72 for Recon to the 65 of Greeky. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Greeky was already behind in villagers, but even with this raid, Recon's still ahead. He was investing too many resources to make Azabaras and Spearmen, but Recon...
Oh wow, this is going to be a huge flank. Greeky's going to be trapped, and he might get one or maybe two of these markets, but it's not going to be good enough. He's 26. Mounted archers should be able to clean this up. Oh, he's going to keep cutting with them.
Lose
in the meanwhile, Recon in the back of Greeky's base. All these Asabars cost so much. For them to be going down like this is really not that good.
He should just, knowing the situation, there's no way out, at least destroy one or two of those markets, but he got no value for those Azabaras.
Yeah, and I think it's really nice play from Greeky, right? Like, he was sitting here with his spearmen, which are really good against these cavalry from Recon, cleaning them up, or should be able to clean them up fairly easily, especially with this A10 healing. Now should begin resuming production and change his whole composition up, right? Like, he switched from Asabaras to mounted archers, and that's sort of what happens. It's a kiting fest, back and forth and back and forth. Neither player wanted to go on cavalry because you have like usually a sizable portion of mounted archers. Oh, Greeky's going to lose some of these villagers if he's not careful. And this, I remember... Sorry, go for it.
Go ahead. No. I just would say that mounted archers from Babylonians have more DPS than... mounted archers from Persians have more DPS than Babylonians. So that was a fight that Greeky would win even with less units.
Yeah, exactly. Mounted archers on Persia are more costly, slightly more costly, 70 and 60 resources to the 50 and 60, but do more DPS and in general, but are worse against cavalry, 2.3 versus the 3. So in a straight up fight, Persian mounted archers are just better. What I was going to say is that this is his only gold right now, Greeky. He has these 14 gatherers on gold, and if that were to go down, like, he'd only have this second one in his base. So full mounted archer composition here by Recon. Going to H4. Wow. Macroing extremely well behind this. 87 villagers to the 77 of Greeky. Getting up his market. Oh, what the? Getting up his market line. That was strange. Getting up his market line. He has 3 of them. 3 production units on right now. But Greeky pushing out.
I want to see what Greeky is going to do after he sees that Recon have Mounter champion. When he sees that he's already age 4, because the upgrade for champion in mounted archers for Babylonians is 25% damage and 20% snare. This is huge compared to the champion upgrade for Persians, which is less 50% gold and more 50% bonus damage against cavalry.
Oh, you're right.
Add something to that composition, because only mounted archers, I don't think he will win this.
That is a good point. So initially, and he is getting that mounted archer champion upgrade. So initially, you're saying the mounted archers of Persia have the advantage, but then slowly lose it when they get to age 4. And this is something that mounted archers are not good against. When they get into the base of Recon, then yeah, they'll be fantastic. But until they get into the base, it takes them forever to break down these walls. Pierce.
He could try to snipe one of these markets here. I think there is a range here, but I don't know if it's worth the investment.
Do you see this right here at the on the right of the base near Recon's one small entrance? Greeky realizing that he needs some actual damage.
The workshop, excellent.
Mounted Archer Champion coming out. The 4th Age Balkan Arrows coming out. Total War coming out. Recon is macroing like a beast in this game. And I think Greeky needs to get to the 4th Age quickly without losing these units. Asabaras here. Excellent job by Greeky. If he can use them in a nice surround and a nice raid, that'll be really, really good.
In his position, I would choose to raid and not come to the surround, because I don't know if he's going to be effective.
Oh, here we go. Oh man, this is a huge mounted archer population. 48 units here. Absolutely slaughtered the Asabara. And the one thing that's protecting him is all of these walls.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
they're going to fall down eventually. Let's see if Greeky can do something here. No, he's not building any rams. He's just falling back to his base.
I don't know if he can defend against this.
This is massive. This is where mounted archers shine, right? You just come into the base of your opponent and just move, stop, kill villagers. Move, stop, kill villagers. It's super effective, especially when you have markets like this that take sizable resources and time to acquire and train. And Greeky just can't defend this right now. He is pushing out. He's ignoring all of this completely. Pushing out into his opponent's base, making some rams. But he's losing so many villagers. 74 to the 101. Age 4 kicks in for Greeky.
This is good. This is good for him.
Look at this. He's running back. He's running back. Keeping some units here to do some damage, but he's afraid of his own economy being affected. Great fortress by Recon here.
Excellent location.
Recon needs to do something with these units here. He knows that there's a market line. He knows that the caravans aren't moving. So something has to be happening. Oh, and he stopped with these battering rams. Oh, he could have done a lot of damage into the base of Recon, but he didn't.
He needed some units here to help, because these rams can do all the job alone here.
Yeah, and he's finally cleaning up what's in his base, getting the horseshoes upgrade, but Recon has all these upgrades already. So it seems like Greeky's going to regroup, needs to get remaxed, and
Okay,
Recon...
top side of the map with some rams.
Oh, that's right, but he's not using both of them. No, Greeky. He had this this section over here, and it's hopefully going to be cleaned up by these villagers. Oh, this could be huge if, and there doesn't seem to be any reinforcements here. So he might be able to take out. Yeah, it looks like instead Recon's going to go for the walls of Greeky. This seems like a mistake if he doesn't. Oh,
control the rams.
He's not focusing on the rams. This fortress hopefully should get up in time.
Double layer walls.
Yeah,
helping a lot here.
Double layer walls are massive against these pierce armored units. Oh, he's gonna lose all these villagers.
And this is so much damage.
Oh, and all these caravans. Yeah, Greeky needs to save that. That was like 8 times 150. That's almost 1,000 some odd food. 1,000 some odd gold. Nice play from Greeky, trying to sneak in to the base, but Recon, no more. No more of that, he says. He's going to be triple walling up. He's ready with these Asabara to take on these mounted archers. Oh, really good unit control by Recon here to stop an attack. Both players still acting like a nuisance in each other's bases, but Recon is actually able to punch through a lot of these walls. Greeky trying desperately. He has no gold right now.
Greeky is too low on upgrades. Just check upgrades.
He's low on upgrades. Oh,
always
right.
4.
Wow, Recon.
Great. This is huge.
This is absolutely huge, and he doesn't have the gold to get any more upgrades. Recon did such a great job pushing into the base of Greeky there. And Greeky is, like, his units that he chose just can't really do the same. Rams are effective, but yeah.
He knows that he can't afford in a game like that.
That was a great map pick from Recon. GG. That was really, really well played. While we're waiting for Greeky to decide, I think let's look at the current military population. Initially, Greeky had this amazing opportunity to sheltered pass. Interesting. So he had this amazing opportunity, as Erie was pointing out early in the game, like to push in, and with the spearmen and everything, like it should have been really, really well done. Back and forth the entire time. So yeah, good stuff for both players.
I think that with those units, Greeky, he could be more aggressive with those Azabaras in Age 2. I think that he was too passive with excellent units to destroy walls, but he was too passive in that situation. And while Recon was he had a plan. He just was macroing to reach Age 2, 3, and 4 real quick and make this deadly composition. Well played for Recon.
Ooh, Recon. Interesting civ choice here. Okay. Let me update the score here. Red score 1-1. So these games have been Weary won't.
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no. Weary donated the $5, so thanks, Weary. Recon is red.
Game Video pointed out that Takabaras are good units against mounted archer, and I have that while the game was running, but he had no archery. He could left some Takabaras in his base just to defend the walls, while being active in the map with some Azabaras and some mounted archers and the Rams. But I think that this didn't cross his mind. But that would be an excellent addition for his army. Some Takabaras behind those walls would be huge against the.
Have you accepted, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now.
Here we go. We have Recon versus Greeky, best of 3 final match. Recon going Norse. This is a civ that I expected to be played a lot more than it has been so far, but I'm glad to see Recon pulling it out here, which is excellent.
I want to see what is going to be Recon's approach for Norse. I honestly was expecting him to play Norse.
This is really interesting, actually. Recon deciding, nope, sheltered pass to put a storehouse on the wood really quickly. Recon's got a good 2 hunts. Greeky also's got 2 hunts. So looks good to me. Yeah, I also expected Greeky to go Greeks, Weary. Interesting.
Recon making that decision to go straight into the wood line. I think that he wasn't expecting Greeky to be that aggressive in this map, but with his barracks just now being made, with 2 villagers, says that he wants to be prepared for any kind of aggression.
Yeah. It looks like he.
Economy.
Yeah, he just. He might have tried to be greedy there for a second, which is fair. But now Greeky sees this, sees that the barracks had just gotten up, and he's pushing across the map. There will be hopefully 2 spearmen in time to defend this, so I'm not too worried for Recon. Yeah, I'm not worried at all for Recon right now. He sees this the entire way. Yeah. So in the early game, Greeky, like, he has no choice but to go Sparabara. Same reason that we talked about before, where if he doesn't go Sparabara, then like in age 2, he's gonna have a harder time defending whatever push. Like if Recon decides to go all spearmen, go heavily into spearmen, like, he's gonna be out of luck trying to defend with only archers.
Yeah, I'm thinking here, what if Greeky, instead of making these this huge number here of Azabaras, and he keep making them, after seeing that Recon didn't have barracks but he went straight into the wood line. He just, instead of making Azabaras, he uh, go macro and rush age 2. He could have access to bombs, and with some spearmans in the mix, North doesn't have a good response for that. If you, of course, micro your spearmans well to not let raiders to flank the bombs, it would be an interesting approach to Recon's decision here. But right now, with all those units,
yeah, it looks like Greeky's trying to make something happen, but both players are doing such an excellent job with this with these house placements, and yeah, well done. Even Greeky in the back of his base is doing a similar thing. Managed to snipe that storehouse, but we'll probably lose one, maybe two Sparbara. Not too much of an investment necessarily to get that storehouse, so yeah, loses another one. Going age 2.
Just considering the time, Recon wasn't gathering wood, and we know Norse need more woods than other civilization because of the houses and throwing axemen. That you need 20 wood to build. That was kind of a win for him, at least in this stage of the game.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, right? Like right now, it looks like Recon is behind in wood production, and Greeky just got to age 2, and he should be able to be, yep, he's going to be putting down his second town center anytime now, and Recon is still 30 seconds away, maybe 20 seconds away. Let's see where Greeky ends up putting his second TC. And he's still putting on pressure on Recon, but I like this, but Recon's not moving. Recon knows that these two Sparbara are not enough to do anything, and he hasn't lost a villager. Second town center in a interesting spot for Greeky. Covering some berries, covering some wood.
Some risky location here for Greeky, but
Yeah.
maybe he won't choose that.
It's a little risky, isn't it? I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, it's not in the best spot for like a future market necessarily. It doesn't cover a gold or a stone or anything else, or it doesn't protect your base. Like, it's just okay.
Yeah, we can say that it's okay.
Yeah.
Not optimal, but okay.
Let's see a villager count 23 to 25. Oh wow. Oh yeah, it was a mistake. Greeky making more Sparbara. Does have the archery range up, so getting some archers against the throwing axemen that are coming out. Oh wow, Greeky throwing Recon off of his second hunt, even though it's in the back of his base. So I think Recon tried to push out, put some pressure on Greeky himself, but didn't work out. Gets thrown off his second base, or second hunt. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Greeky's second town center is just what he needed, and it's in the perfect spot because he's getting some pot shots off of that, off of these units here.
Yeah, at least for age 2 and 3, this is a good location for a town center. Age 4, I don't know, but I don't know if we are going to see age 4 in this game.
Man, both pops are mirrored identically. 32 villagers to 35 Greeky. Who's still being a nuisance in the back of the base of Recon there, but he should clean that up. Throwing Axemen do a great job with that. Like this play by Recon. He did a similar play last game, but keeps his scouts in the openings. And looks like Greeky tried to do a similar thing, but might lose his scout. Yeah, so Both players macroing. Recon. Fastest age 3 in the West. Before Greeky can even do anything, Recon's already sneaking his way to age 3.
The only downside of this fast age 3 is the villager count.
Yes, and the army, like.
Yes. So, but this is going to pay off.
You think
this
so?
Is going to pay off. And he needs to make something here.
That's interesting. That's interesting that you say that. Like Greeky scouting, scouts that they're stable, scouts or doesn't scout, but interesting choice. Like Recon's gonna go full on Norse bowman here. Not a bad choice, but against the composition of the Persians, like you have Sparbara, which are good at tanking that. You have Asabara, which are good at range units. Greeky's 15
I like the double armory for Greeky.
Double armory. Whoa, that is quite the investment. I think he's gonna regret that when he comes and sees that Recon's in age 3. Ooh, it looks like both armies are about the same size. Potentially Greeky's is slightly smaller, and I don't think it should win in a fight.
I don't think he should make this move right now.
Yeah, I think Recon just saw that he should be able to take this fight. Raiders are really good against the bowmen here, so
yeah. He should wait for more units.
He's getting Recon actually deciding to get an armory before, or an armory upgrade before Greeky does. So despite having both of those armories, not doing him any good. Greeky is up by 30 pop, but I'm not sure where all these 57 to the 50 villagers of Recon. So he has a stronger economy. Finally getting some armory upgrades, being pushed back. I don't know where the rest of his units are. Where's his... Are they all caught up in production right now? This is again the dance where both players can't... bless you. Both players can't afford to lose their army. Neither can afford to remax if they get wiped out here. So just going back and forth and back and forth. Trying to see if there's an opening from either side. Greeky going H3, getting... realizing that his opponent's going tons of bowmen, so getting shield rim, also getting barbed arrows. I like these walls from Recon, making sure that Greeky could not, or trying to initially make sure that he can't push into his base like this, but
yeah, this is that moment where both players, the game is 1-on-1, and you think, should I fight now? Should I fight now? What do I do?
Yes, exactly. And it looks like Asabara are going to get a nice flank on these bowmen here. And the Raiders are not doing the same. Sparbara are doing a great job of defending that. And the pop difference right now is huge for Recon.
Excellent fight for Greeky here.
Amazing fight for Greeky.
Really good.
He waited for his Pierce armor and Pierce attack to come in to play, and then he pushed in. So now it's all about limiting the effectiveness of the rest of the army of Recon. Recon needs to make a bunch more units and gather them up to make sure they doesn't lose against this fairly sizable army of Greeky here. But right now he hasn't done any economic damage, right? Just sitting under town center fire isn't gonna... Oh, he needs to run away with these bowmen. But yeah, sitting under town center fire isn't gonna do him any good. There's no exposed villagers here.
Yeah, he needs to do... Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Greeky's trying to he's trying to find those villagers, and he can't find them, so he's gonna run away. Really, really well defended by Recon there. Don't bleed out any more units. Just gather a lot more of your villagers. You should probably ungarrison these villagers right here, but
I like the fact that Greeky is not overextending here under town center fire. This is good because the production buildings for Recon are here and not his own. So not overextending there was a good decision for him.
Yeah, and he knows the size of Recon's army, so he's really, really well done taking out these longhouses, which initially helped protect Recon and is now just housing him. This is good. Greeky's taking map control, walling off his base where needed to make sure that the Recon can't push in. Really, really excellent.
So far, I see good decisions for him in this match. At least, especially the moment he took the fight here. Excellent moment. He waited for the upgrade, and that was an excellent decision for him.
So now, what Recon is just trying to do is buy himself some time, right? Like getting pot shots in with these archers, and trying not to lose too much of his base here. But the more time that Greeky gives him, the harder it will be to make something happen. So this is good. Like, you gotta split off. You gotta figure out where your opponent is most vulnerable, right? There's a whole bunch of villagers here gathering gold, which 16, nearly all of the gold gatherers. There's exposed villagers over here that he could really, really affect. The market line over here, and of course at the back of the base. So I'd like to see Greeky scout some more there. See if he knows about any of this actually. No, he doesn't. So he doesn't know about the base in the back or the market there. He is unaware.
He needs to scout that fast, because while he waits here, Recon's just recomposing himself.
Yeah.
And this is not in his favor.
But the army composition of Greeky is much better. They're both now 180, so if the time for Recon to take the fight is any time, it should be right now. And this is unfortunate. There is a flank, but there's so many more bowmen here compared. 44 to the 29.
Man, this is huge.
I think let's look at the armory upgrades. Age 3 versus Greeky has just way better armory upgrades, but he needs to do some damage. He needs to find exposed villagers right now. This is one of the things I was mentioning earlier, where sometimes players can get too focused on a single avenue, a single point of attack. Like if he's always pushing in here, that's good, but...
And he's ignoring the other side of the map. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. A mistake.
Exposed villagers here. Greeky does have a better economy behind this, right? So 94 villagers to the 100. Never mind, I take that back.
If he puts these bombings into this wood line over here...
Yes.
It's too much damage. Too much damage. But he's too focused here.
He's focused on the TC, which is... I can understand why he'd be focused on the TC, but... These raiders are going to get a really nice flank here, and it's just bowmen. They're super exposed. There's no other like massive clump up of army for Greeky. There's nothing else. So is this where Recon turns the tide of the game?
I don't like that decision for him. Fighting all these units under town center fire with those few units, and now he's trying to make a fortress here. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. He had a nice advantage, but now I don't know.
This might be, you know, a little bit of this is Recon's composure and experience showing here, right? So
Yes,
excellent
yes,
play by him. But yeah, this is so in that spot, right, where you have the all map control. Oh, this might be Recon throwing away a lot of his units here. These Asabars are
yes.
excellent against this Bowman. That was a bad engagement from him. Shouldn't be overextending.
And now we can have a lot of idle villagers here. Now he moves his units because those villagers were really exposed there.
Okay, looks like they're going to have another mini engagement. 33 Bowman to the 22. But there are some 7 Asabar here who will be able to do quite a lot of damage. Oh, onto the ranged ball if they get a chance.
Bowmans from Greeky are dealing so much damage here in this fight.
Let's see the gold trade. 62 to the 150. That is massive.
But so far, as you said, he did no economic damage. He's just killing units here.
But he's doing a great job of that. Like, he's
Yes.
taking better trades the entire way through. But just, you should always be asking yourself, like, hey, okay.
He's giving Recon too much space to recover from this. His market's working fine without any problems.
Yeah, 150. Like, this is unacceptable. If you have this much map control, you should be looking at where your opponent's markets are. That being said, Recon on the back of this is going to age 4. This is
Man, this is going to be an upset if Greeky loses, considering this situation, because he have map control, but
I was about to say, where's Greeky's Asabara? Finally, they're over here in the side of the base trying to get some good pot shots off at the economy, and the horsemen are actually just raiders are actually coming to defend that. Greeky trying to do something there. Trying to establish a serious position here. These Asabara should most likely will lose. Interesting play by Greeky going for full siege towers.
I like this play. I like this.
Recon getting his own fortress in his base. Doesn't have any infantry to build it for him. That is pretty funny. Bowman champion, 20% snare. My least favorite upgrade in the game. Yeah, Ulfaldin would be excellent, but he has just 3 barracks in the back of his base. He's trying to make... Yeah, he only has 3 barracks in the back of his base right now. Finally, Greeky pushing in, trying to do some damage into the base of Recon. Picking off some villagers. Let's see if he should be able to see the market line now. 108 villagers to the 86 of Greeky. So Greeky just has a massive army. And there actually are some exposed villagers here for Recon. And Greeky finally getting into the caravan line. This is a great job by Greeky.
And once these siege workshops start popping rams, man, I don't know if Recon can survive here. All of his buildings are exposed here.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have enough space. Like, the farms are taking up such a large portion of his base, and he needs more food to make these raiders. But this is good. He has a log thrower somewhere. Here we go, log thrower. All these raiders are getting really good surround against these.
I like the micro here from Greeky with those bombings, but he needs more units here to survive. What are his units?
Yeah, it seems like he's just popping out a whole bunch of them right now, switching to getting war wagons. I like this. But yeah, not going to be super effective against these raiders here.
He needs something to deal with this cavalry. Only Bowman and Azabara is not enough. He needs some spearmen here.
And he is making a ton of spearmen. This is good, but oh man, Recon Age 4 army getting these log throwers to clean up this, clean up these fortresses and towers from Greeky. Greeky still. Oh, this is where the market line of Greeky is going to really come to bite him. 57 gold versus the 150 of Recon. So now that he's lost his huge gold bank, he just can't keep up against Greeky, against Recon there. 86 villagers to the 103. Both maxed Age 4. He does have a sizable amount of spearmen here, and these are some Chad spearmen, so he should be able to take this fight fairly easily. Raiders aren't getting on the bowmen. Asabara are there to take out whatever bowman that Recon does have. This is a great fight from Greeky there. Excellent transition to spearmen.
And I would say that a bit slower, because he could have defended the fortress if he had more spearmen, but he saved a good location here because he still have the map control defending this choke point here, and Recon have his base completely open in the right side, but Greeky is not exploring
yeah, that's right. There's this whole other section over here that he could just walk into the base of Recon.
Yes.
Oh, what is this? He tried to, and he's going to do that right now. 18 Asabara. Here we go. And these spearmen and war wagons should be enough to defend.
This composition is deadly. Spearmen in a war wagon, some bowmen here.
Oh, this is going to be excellent. Greeky needs to make sure he does some damage. He has some good walls up. I actually think that wall doesn't cover everything. But in the meantime, look at this.
He's
going right to the back of the base. He knows that the market line has to be here somewhere. And it's causing Recon to send all of his units back. Excellent by Greeky. Right in the market line.
That's the moment that Greeky should advance with his units and make again a fortress.
Yes, and I think he is doing that. He is doing that. Recon just able to make as many caravans as he wants. Yeah, Greeky rightfully running, trying to get the actual market lines or kill some villagers, while the massive land army here of Greeky pushes forward.
Oh, we have a log thrower. Oh man, those splash damage.
Oh, I'm missing the engagement here. Oh, the chief is here. Chief is soaking up all this damage. 1800 health. And finally, Recon looks like he's cleaning up all of this. Cleaning up on both sides. Yeah, VIP Ace, thank you for the sub, but very suspicious indeed. Oh man, this is it, Recon. He cleaned up both sides of the army.
Recon needs to defend right now because
he should fall. He has these walls that he can fall back behind. Is there? Oh no, facepalm! No.
Come on!
Oh no, Greeky. He cleans up this side, but that wall is going to cost him.
Man.
Oh my goodness, just running into the base.
We have some coming, but that wall, come on.
I don't know. I don't think Recon knows where Greeky's market line is, so he's going to the bottom of the base somewhere completely different. But Raiders are such a great unit for this. Like Poseidon was having a field day with Raiders with me in a previous game we were playing, and they're just so effective. You can send them to every which way. Send them over here, send them into your opponent's base, and pick your opponent apart. This wall was just... That's a GG wall right there.
Man, Greeky must be really pissed right now with that location.
Yeah, but not just that. Like,
Yeah.
he's getting some immortals out, so that's an interesting idea. But like here, he's being attacked. He has to garrison some villagers. Here is being attacked. The main front of his base is being attacked with all of these caravans. Oh man, Ulfadins, Bowman Champion, Raiders, all being queued up. That's insane. Greeky is somehow holding this. This is remarkable. He has some spearmen here to defend. Really well done, actually.
But we have to be careful here because Recon is on top of Greeky's production, and Greeky have the advantage here. He just needs to complete that wall because he's not noticed that yet.
I think he notices it, and he's like probably shaking his head. But he's done a great job at cleaning this up. And it's not like he's struggling for resources actually. So I see the villager count 92 to 97. Switching in these immortals have done will do a great job against the Ulfadins that Recon might be having, or might think that he should be going for. And good. I like this from Greeky, pushing out. Probably going to have to clean up these raiders over here. Like this from Recon. Some raiders and a log thrower to break through. Just trying to defend this here. Oh, Asabar are in. They're in and they're off to the races.
Oh, but he's picking fights. He shouldn't do this.
I think he just didn't realize it. He was trying to defend down here while attacking with the Asabar in the base. So what do you attack at a moment like this? Do you go for the markets? Like, I think that's the best play. The markets, do you go for the caravans?
I honestly would destroy every house in Recon's base to keep his houses. And while he was busy building more houses, then go to markets, because you take too long to destroy a market.
Oh, not if they're pre-built. Greeky has 93 villagers to the 85 of Recon. So actually, before this, before Greeky got a chance to actually destroy a lot of Recon's base, or Recon's caravans, like he had like 97 villagers. So Greeky's doing a lot of damage here. He successfully defended, well, I say that, but there's a log thrower here. He successfully defended this attack here, trying to push into the right side of the base. And he's actually mixing in some Mounted Archer Champion now. So I like this. I like this a lot from Greeky.
Yeah, I saw those Mounted Archers, and I thought that they are an excellent composition here, basing that Recon have a lot of cavalry, so they're going to be huge here in this fight.
But he's beginning to transition to Ulfadin, which as long as they're Ulfadin on the field, those range units are going to be really, really tough. Like the Mount Archer is going to melt essentially to those Ulfadin. Oh, and Recon took the fight in the middle, coming in with 17 raiders to the right side and another 15 raiders plus horsemen to the left side. Hey, he cleaned up the wall though, so that's good. That's good.
At least this time we have walls here.
Yes. And a much better composition, I think, for Greeky to fight against these raiders.
Yes.
Mounted Archers should be doing God's work. Recon continuing to assume that like there's something happening on this side of the base, but in fact there isn't. Interesting. Greeky's choosing to move the majority of his army here to defend this attack versus worry about what's going on in the back of his base here. Only sending a small handful of units. Let's see this big fight take place.
These raiders had no chance here. But these wolves.
These ulfs are what matter, right? And as long as Recon Greeky has a sizable amount of Asabara production, then we should be good. I'm just worried about what's happening here, but it looks like Greeky cleaned this up. So excellent job. Wow. Persian army confirmed strong. This is it. 172 pop to the 199. Greeky has somehow 9,000 gold, despite having like a significantly worse caravan line. And he's pushing out.
I think that this push before preparing the walls is a mistake.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's a really good point.
Because Recon just moves his units and deals a lot of damage here. But as much damage as he can.
But these mounted archers, right? Like the most effective raiding unit in the game, mounted archers. You just walk in, kill everything around you, and keep moving. So I expect this caravan run to be much more effective. And this time, all of these caravans are actually carrying gold, not the other way around. So,
oh man, this is going to be huge here.
This is massive.
Each caravan carrying 150 gold, and all lost there.
Yeah. On the other side of the map, he's trying to do some damage here, but with not the right units.
Yeah, damage.
Oh man. Oh, this is excellent. These Ulfadin are going to do really they would make quick work of these mounted archers if they could do damage to them. It doesn't look like Recon is focusing too much on them. And oh my god, all of these villagers, 70 villagers to the 66. Actually, on this side of the map, Recon is doing a great job of destroying the markets. So I missed that, my bad. But Greeky has somehow 9,000 gold. So he's been taking much more effective fights and hasn't been losing as many units as Recon has. So this is an interesting
that position
third
for Greeky.
game. So Recon finally cleaned this up. Needs to make like out of the 6 markets that he has. Finally rebuilding his market line over here. He's in no rush though. He is maxed. I would love to see him push out here. And if he doesn't push out, like I need him to build the walls, as you were saying. Like so often we can forget about building the walls. And I think the second wall actually doesn't matter here. If I'm Recon doing a great job of that though. There's these double walls here, double walls here, double walls here.
Yeah, and he spent a lot of his game time with all that area just completely open, and Greek didn't take as much advantage as he should take, because everything there was exposed. But now he has some defense on fortress, double layer walls.
Recon still is not maxed, so this is Greeky's chance, pushing into the same hole that he made last time. I'd like to see him. This is where you realize your last raids were super effective. You should do the same thing. Excellent fight.
Good micro.
This is great. Asabaras are just absolute units when you have all of these armory upgrades. So still not all age 4, but this is just Asabara OP, right? In a fair and balanced way. I like Persia. Don't change anything. Oh, and this rings in the Horseman age for Recon, who's going to try to defend this once again. Hopefully Greeky doesn't make the same mistake as he was before, right? Like he's replaying what he was doing before. Just sitting in the front of the base, not really doing any economic damage, and in the meantime, like these 1.5 million caravans are all just cashing in, and is giving Recon enough sustain to keep going. So, yeah, I think that's another mistake by Greeky.
Yeah, not a good investment of units.
Oh, and he's gonna lose. Oh, Recon's so good with these walls.
Oh, but check the left side. You have more units.
Where?
Oh, and there's a hole here. Man, there's a hole between the trees.
Yeah, but he should be able to still clean this up. This is still a very even game. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you can call it either way yet. These Ulfidins, man, he needs to micro these Ulfidins a little bit better. Ulfidins, for those who don't know, have 6 times 6 against range. They absolutely demolish mounted archers, and they have the speed to keep up with them. 9 speed versus the 11.6. So, oh, and it looks like Recon going to be sending this log thrower all the way back to destroy the markets. His gold gatherers have been less and less effective. Like,
Let's just think about something. Recon have 102 villagers.
oh really?
And he's max. But
Versus
Greeky have only 64 villagers.
Oh wow!
Which means he has way more units here because he's just relying on caravans.
Wait, I saw somebody drop off 150. 150. Oh no! This caravan line. Oh no! What is going on? But you're absolutely right. Like, he doesn't seem to be able to close this game. Targeting the markets should be his absolute #1 priority. He's doing, like, he's winning fight after fight after fight. But he just needs to move in and just kill all the villagers in sight.
Recon have a lot of villagers without idle here. Now he just moving, but
Recon switching to Bowman. I'm not sure that's the play, and I think Greeky needs to push in, don't stop. Here he goes. Here he goes. He's making a run for it. Stop sometimes to kill villagers. In the meantime, look at this. Recon, the one log thrower.
Being annoying here in the market.
And it looks like Greeky is just gonna chill in the back of the base. He's 28.
Oh, this Greeky here.
It's a good position, actually. He's defending himself against any attack by Ulfidins, while being able to take out, like, all of these caravans, or hopefully be able to take out all these caravans. 8, 7, 6, yeah. Recon smartly moving his units back to not be attacked by them. Greeky finally cleans up that, let's see here, 78 villagers to the 66. Trying to take down the second town center, but not doing super effective job of doing that. Greeky does have some units here doing some damage to the caravan line, so it's not all of his units that are up here. But he is effectively gold starving Recon. That's not saying much because both these players have such a large bank, but and yeah, it looks like Recon's going to clean this up. He's 30 villagers on food, so I think Greeky falling back for a little bit right here. We're waiting to remass. Wait, what?
How did they? Oh, there is a small place here not built in the wall.
What? Really? That looked like the door opened right for him.
Man, Greeky needs to to learn how to build better walls.
I agree with you. Looks like his markets are going to go down too. On one side of his base, he has. Yeah, what are these walls, Greeky? Come on. That being said, he is maxed. Yes, these players just. We got a 43-minute game, and we can't seem to close it out. Recon making more walls in the most exposed area ever, and doesn't get it completed in time. In the meantime, a couple of spearmen are going to be hopefully cleaning this up, but I think, there we go. Oh, the wall's going to be closed up. Oh, Recon is doing such a great job at that. Okay, pushing in. All these exposed villagers. Stop, shoot. Oh, Recon, he's not messing around again. He has all of these.
And this line for Recon is keeping him in the game for so long.
What is this play? Is this the play?
Nah, I don't like this. It's just bleeding units. Okay, he have a good bank, but this is just tiring. He's just getting tired of for no reason. He should be doing some real damage here.
Yep. He's trying to make an alternative raid over here on this other side of the map, but looks like Recon's still in the market line. Okay, finally, this is great. Greeky gonna do a ton of damage here, and there doesn't seem to be any army in sight. Wow, this could be it. Where's Recon's army?
Now he's
There's some army here, but that's not doing anything. And finally, coming in with some raiders, but there's more Atsubaras than raiders, and Greeky should be easily able to take this fight. There's too many markets to focus the markets, but yeah, Atsubaras are super strong. Let's see them do some damage.
Yeah, what bothers me the most is that Greeky is not using Atsubaras to take down these markets. These guys are so strong to destroy buildings, especially age 4, full upgrades.
But there's just so many. Like, you can't take out all these markets. If you can take out all these markets, you might as well just take out the TCs, right? But this is just so obnoxious. I'd like to see Greeky put some markets down here. To allow Recon to continually do this with a single log thrower is nuts. This log thrower is doing as much damage as Greeky's entire army.
I wish we could have a tooltip for units about how many buildings or units he killed, like we have in StarCraft. That would be so funny to see how many buildings this log thrower already destroyed there.
Yeah. I'm sure they're both like just wondering to themselves, oh my god, when is the other player going to run out of gold? and neither one of them is running out of any gold. So guys, let's get some ideas. What do you do? Couple warg wagons. I hear from Greeky. Prodigy says destroy the farms. Recon is low on food. Like, yeah, I actually think that's actually a really good idea. And he's beginning to do that. He's killed a bunch of these villagers on these farms. That's really good.
Walls and palings in this location to take down all of these markets and control this area.
Killing the houses. Really good point from the ace. Recon was so fed up with him hiding behind the TC in the back of his base that he walled it off. That's jokes. Striker says, let's see this. Recon trying to do another raid here. This time Greeky is suffering for food. He only has 23 villagers, and although he hasn't been as affected, yeah, he's making some more.
Here. Another bad wall.
Another bad wall by who? See.
Oh, but time you have some spearmen there to defend.
9, 84 villagers to the 85 of Greeky. This is the worst market line I've ever seen. Oh no. Oh no. Is this how Greeky loses? This can't be it. This can't be it.
Come on.
But this is so bad. Greeky smartly moving his caravans, but I think he just lost so many of them. He lost all of them. 70 villagers to the 84. He isn't able to clean up anything in the base, so he's just going to go make a run for it instead of coming back to defend.
I think these folks destroying these houses.
He is, which is good. He's going to go again one more time for the market line. Recon bringing his units back, but in the meantime, he is doing some damage. Greeky is not gathering any gold right now. His market line is shut down effectively. And Recon here with another long thrower. Some of my favorite stuff. Greeky is finally trying to take down some of these markets, but now instead transitioning to just defending. That's hilarious.
Okay, now he'll be able to take down this market.
He is, but like there's so many. 144 pop actually, so Recon doesn't have the bank to sell his gold. And these markets are going down, and Greeky knows this now, that like there's a reason why Recon's not pushing into his base, so or pushing in to defend him. So this is good. Finally, Greeky cleaning up these markets for the first time in the whole game.
And I think we're close to an ending here. I don't know.
We'll see. Like he's making some more markets. Might be able to clean up these units, but Asapar are like just so much stronger than Raiders. It costs so much more from a single pop perspective. Oh, Greeky just trying to hide in the back of the base.
Yeah, that position.
One thing I will say though is that Recon did kill nearly all of the market or the caravans for Greeky. Like I don't see any caravans here for Greeky, so he's relying solely on what he had before, or the bank that he had. So
he have a few. He have a 1,000 center in the back of his base.
Yep. Oh, there it is. Never mind. You're right. You're right. He does have a. This is an excellent town center. I think did he delete one of his town centers and put that one there?
I think so, because that town center wasn't there.
That's a brilliant play. That is a brilliant play. Good for him.
And let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I think he had a town center
because
right here. So he must have deleted that town center. And this is it. This is going to be the last fight of the game. Either Recon does something here, or he loses. He needs to destroy the economy of Greeky somehow. Get rid of all of 8,000 of his gold. Recon actually just traded in a whole bunch of stuff, and or he just got he somehow kept all of his markets, his caravans. So he just got an influx of gold to help him sustain himself for a little bit more. Hopefully this is the opportunity where Greeky can shut down this game. Greeky knows he has enough in the bank where he doesn't need to worry about going back into his base to defend this. So Let's go,
but we
Greeky.
have some units.
Let's go for the economic
Recon
damage.
base.
Go for the houses. Go for something. In the meantime, looks like Greeky is just, as jokes, his name for the city is the Prodigy. That is amazing. Greeky in the middle of Recon's base, just destroying all of these caravans here. In the meantime, Recon just isn't able to be maxed. Cleaning up a lot of these units here, but we'll see if he can put enough of a dent into Greeky to make a difference. Greeky's sitting on the largest bank I've ever seen. Larger than the bank I work at. He's got more gold there.
And Recon's not doing a good job in this base. He's just fighting units.
Yeah, he's
this is not a good decision to make.
yeah, he needs to make some economic damage there, but he didn't. Sorry, you were saying?
No, I would say that he needs to look for economic damage because he's way behind in the game.
Yep, agreed.
He's training caravans now.
He just found out that his log thrower here that used to be here should have been like a little bit further on. Caravan train time needs to increase. That's not a bad idea, actually. Caravan train time right now is at 15 seconds, so standard villager production, right? So it makes sense. Alright, and I think Greeky might begin to push out here with all of his units, and this could be the final push of the game. Recon is low on nearly every resource, down 40 pop, missing these walls here, and he's just been making constant raider production. He has 51 raiders, which isn't bad, like not a bad idea from a mounted archer perspective, but mounted archers are just so good against these range units here, or these cavalry units. And yeah, there you go. I think that's going to be GG. Recon can't max anymore, and Greeky can just sit in the base of Recon for as many days as he wants. He just needs to find the opening right now.
This is the moment that he should make that play again. Build a market, seed workshops, and made rams here. This is the perfect moment for that because he needs to take down these walls more quickly.
Yeah, I think this is where you throw up a Palantonin right here and take pot shots at each of the town centers. Yeah, Ulfadens would win in a straight up fight against this composition, I believe, but Recon just can't do it. Oh, and there it is. After 56 minutes, this slugfest. Finally. What a game. What a game. Oh my goodness. Let's check out these. Greeky, I think I lost 2 pounds. The sweat pouring off of this man's brow must be huge. Man, what a game. So let's see current villager production. Interesting. Greeky seemingly lost all of the lost like half of his villagers there for a second. See the upgrades. Units trained and units lost. Wow. Greeky trained so many less units, and that is in part due to the fact that raiders are 1 pop. But they lost much less units. See the upgrades here. Tax 48 to the 44. That is insane. Resources gathered fairly close for such a long game. Within 22,000 of each other. Within 20,000 of each other.
Check the gold.
Check the goal.
for real.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
In him in the game. A lot of gold. This is a lot of gold.
You're absolutely right. It kept him in the game. He did such a great job on the side here with the throwing axemen, throwing log throwers. Amazing job killing all of he had one here still. But he was doing a great job of killing Greeky's market without actually having to push into the base. But man, that was amazing. Great game for both players. Okay. So, with that, Greeky takes it 2-1. My predictions are coming right. Okay, so now next, who do we have? We have Zerton versus Verhoover. That's going to be a great game. Another great game.
I just expect that Verhoover doesn't get too nervous in this match. Because he knows the level of Zerton, and Zerton have way more experience than him in tournaments. So if he plays calm, just considering that he have the possibility to win, I think we're about to see a good match, really good match.
Yeah. All right, let's message Verhoover and Zerton.
Someone in chat is telling that Norse mass range and doesn't have way to. Recon couldn't hold that situation, but I think that Recon had the wrong units in that situation. Just think about the unit that just got a little buff from Norse. The skirmisher and Greeky was passing mounted archers, but all Recon could do with a few skirmishers with a good defense, he could melt those mounted archers.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think he chose to go
counter that.
He chose to go with to go H3 and get range of his own. So that was interesting. But yeah, it didn't seem like the ideal composition. But you know, like Recon held so well that I can almost like I can't even say anything because like apparently it worked. He defended effectively, and I'm not sure if he could have done the same thing with just skirmishers. Okay, blue name. Let's go. Hoover. Versus Zerton.